Hey everybody, back again to tell you why you're doing it wrong. That's right. I have gotten a lot of hate posts on social media lately because people are like, yeah, no, AI didn't work for that. And this person got put in jail and this person, got this and it didn't work for me and work result and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. It just, yeah, you're doing it wrong. So anyway, we'll have fun with it today, but please do me a quick favor and like, share, and subscribe. Keep this going. I've got so much content, but certainly need motivation to keep sitting down and pumping it out. And I'm hopeful that this will really help businesses and people out there to utilize the tools at hand. Again, I'm not like, oh my gosh, I love AI. I see the risks and I see what's going on there, but I would rather you be with me and using these tools instead of be those that are left behind. And that's really what it comes down to. So let's talk about what you're doing wrong and why you're doing it wrong. So I post a lot on social media, LinkedIn and things like that, about some of the tools. And so I put together a test company in a couple of weeks just to see if I could do it. Everything from media to copyrights to technology to like everything you can think of. More structured than most businesses get within 5 years. Like, it has contracts, it has partner agreements, all the legal, again, logo design, like everything you can think of. Just took a couple of weeks and everything was done by AI. All the marketing, everything. And it looks like a company that has been around for at least 5 years. And I'm impressed, like what we're able to do now without that. So I posted that and I get the, you better double check those contracts. So you better check this. You'll go to jail for this or blah, blah, blah. And, people that did design and logo stuff, they're like, oh, well, it's not as good. The logos won't be as good. There is a lot of AI hate out there. And I get that. It is going to take jobs. It is going to do it. But I don't think people realize just how fast things are moving. A lot of the stuff that I was working on, for example, the coding piece, a year ago, it couldn't do more than maybe a couple hundred lines of code. The project that I was working on is over 20,000 lines of code, and it did it well. Did it do it the first thing, like a wave of magic wand and output it? No, but it's showing that it's capable. Neither can staff or people. Talk about your staff if you have a business, because this is still a business channel, or even if you don't have a business yet, your kids. When have you ever told them to go to their room and clean their room and you are happy with it because it is perfect the first time? Well, that is AI and AI outputs. And again, things are moving so fast. Even if you tried it a year ago, things are so different now, like 15 times. So a year ago, it had the average IQ of a kindergartner. Kindergartners make mistakes. So do adults. Now, it's regularly testing at 140 IQ, which is higher than the average adult. By this time next year, it'll likely have an IQ far beyond anything that we can scale. And so to have that technology and have that at your fingertips, you cannot ignore it in life and business sense. If you're not using these things to 10x your life and your business, you're going to get left behind because there are people out there that are willing to do it. And so when I say you're using it wrong, the expectation is you can wave a magic wand and it's going to put out a perfect work product. If you've ever worked in a team in a business, or if you've ever had employees, have you ever been like, hey, go do this, and they produce a piece of work that is exactly what you envisioned? It has never happened. Never in the course of business, ever, ever, ever. Generally, there's some work through after that, and that's when the work begins. They'll come back with their first offer. They'll come back with the first attempt at cleaning the room, and then it's like, all right, now the work begins, the hard work. AI is no different at this stage. Whatever you put in, it's garbage in, garbage out. And so a lot of people are approaching this like it's some magic wand. It is not. You have to give it a lot of context and detail. Context is important. A year ago, the context windows were very small. You couldn't feed it enough information. Today, they're like 15 times, and they're about to grid even bigger to where it can take and suck in information personally relative to you. And so let's talk about some of the contracts. So a lot of people put in, I need a contract. No, okay. That doesn't, it's going to generate you one. I'm not going to lie. It's going to generate you one. But it's not going to be tailored to what you want. You need to be specific about these kind of things. Like, okay, I want the contract to be within Massachusetts law or Arizona law. It needs to be this locality. It needs to abide by anything that's relative to that area. This is the industry. It needs to make sure we're covering these things in the industries. It needs to get all the typical contract gotchas for this industry. Like, if your input text is not a page, if not more, you're not going to get the result you want. And you have to be clear and you have to be concise. And so that is key. Like when you're talking about stuff like that, you'll get a good work product, especially if you can give it samples. This is the contract I've been using for 10 years. I want to improve it based on Arizona law today. It'll do a good job with that. I want to make sure it's industry specific. So that kind of thing is very important. Same thing with other things. I was another one of the comments was, oh, well, it does a really bad job writing articles. It needs a lot of information because it's going to write basically the same article over and over unless you change its contextual input, which means it needs to know all about your company. You need to build a private chat or something and give it information about your background, your company's background. Then you need to give it more details about the topics, bullet points you want to hit, things you want to achieve, how you want to make the reader feel, what you want them to be thinking when they come away from reading that article, and most importantly, the style. A lot of this, I mean, again, these AIs are approaching the IQ level of 140. We don't generally talk to people every day that are that smart and smarter. And when we do, we kind of zone out and don't get what they're saying. This is no different. And so you need to say, I would like it to write this as if it was a high school graduate. I would like it to write this as if it was a college bachelor's degree. Otherwise, it's going to write it like the master's and doctorate level and beyond, and that's just not relatable to people. And so it's upon us, because these things will social engineer. They will walk away making a reader feel like they want to feel. It's on us to make sure that we're detailed in what we want and that we're not accepting its first level of work product, because I don't care if it's your kids cleaning their room or it's an incredible team that you have working on a project. The first version of the work product is never good enough. And so my best advice into using it right is A, block out time. Put time on your calendar where your phone's not ringing, your email's not going, every week to sit down and have a chat with it. Think of it like Jarvis in Iron Man, because that is where it's at. It can have those conversations with you and think through ideas with you. And that is so important. So do that, but build, I hate to say a relationship because it's not, but build a knowledge base of your company and your organization and your wants and your goals with it, and it will build on that, and it will give you good work product. It will give you what you're expecting. And so I want to wrap this up with, really, is the expectation is people are just going to just put a sentence in there and get earth-shattering results. That's not real. It's not real in anything in life. And so give it a lot of information, take some time, expect to go back and forth, expect it to be the 30th revision, just like you would with your team or your kids cleaning their room. Don't expect it to just spit out perfection. So go back and forth, block out that time, work with it, and I think you'll be surprised and shocked with the results you have. And there's no reason you will not 10x your productivity by using these tools and getting what's up here out there, and really fulfilling your vision faster and more efficient than working with a team or your kids. So anyway, on that note, hopefully that helped. Please do me a favor. Like, share, subscribe. I need some motivation to get these. I've got so much content, but so little time because it's so easy to build stuff with these tools. So again, like, share, comment, because I'd love to have conversations in the chat, ideas of videos to do, and and to have a good conversation about this kind of stuff. So anyway, thank you for tuning in today, and have a good day. We'll see you later. Bye.